Today we're going to be working in the garage. I've gone on a couple-week journey here trying to organize my stuff after Christmas. This place was a mess. I hate you! So I said I've had enough of that. So today we're finally at the point where we can work on this wall here. I'm going to be putting in these floor cabinets, which was actually pretty easy. And then we're also going to be putting in our Gladiator full-door wall gearbox. Let's get started. So there really was nothing to this Husky wall cabinet. Basically, you just gotta take it out of the box and it's ready to go pretty much. But this thing, these guys really did a great job in making it easy for you. There's one little thing I would improve, and we'll get to that. But for the most part, this should go pretty smoothly. So let's get started. These wall cabinets come with everything you need, and it's really hard to get something wrong because the way that they designed a lot of the holes, you can't make a mistake. They almost thought of everything. So I'm using a drill for these little bits here, but you really don't need one. You can use a screwdriver. So you got your base here, you got your sides. And like I said, like these things just slide right into place, and then you screw them in. The next step after we get our frame together is putting on the back. And this was the first tricky part for me, but once I figured it out, it was pretty easy. I mean, they tell you right here, P4, this piece goes up, and you can notice this piece because there's a little, if you can see that, there's a little notch up here. And that notch goes into the top over here. And the bottom piece has these 3 holes here, which go to the bottom. You'll eventually screw these in here, and then also they got the parts here. So it's pretty easy once you figure it out. But these pieces also slide into these notches right here. So get it just right. You got to make sure that you get all your notches in there. There we go. To include this one. Kind of satisfying actually once you get them all in there. There we go. That's in there. And then you just do the same thing with this one. These notches in there. And it slides in like that. All right, now that you got your back in there, we're gonna halfway screw in some screws here so that you can begin to hang the doors on. This is the only difficult part I had, because now that you got your screws in there, it sits down perfectly, but you're gonna run into, you can't close it. It goes down too far. Like if they just made this hole up a little bit higher, you would have been able to avoid that. So, but it's no big deal. You're just gonna put some screws in here, and then you're just gonna adjust it. You're gonna move it up until it lines up nicely. You just want to make sure that the doors line up right and they look nice. And that's pretty even. If they're uneven, just try to adjust it as much as you can. Next, you're gonna drop your drawers in the cabinet. And you know which way is facing correctly because these are magnets here so that the door can stay shut. These guys think of everything. Drop in pretty easily. Last thing you're going to do is you're going to want to put this bracket on here because this is how it's going to hang on the wall. So if you just start with the first one. Alright, so the next part of the process is probably the more difficult part, but hopefully I can get this done. It's hanging our cabinets up there. So right now I'm using the Gladiator gear track channel. And these come in like 4 feet, 2 of them. I'm gonna go across here. And then I also got another set of gear track channels to go on the bottom. You actually don't really need the bottom. You could actually use a piece of wood with the same thickness as this, because this doesn't attach into anything. But if you don't put anything on this bottom, they're not going to sit levelly. Levelly? They're not going to be level. So you want something that the bottom can rest on. I've already located my studs. You're also supposed to make sure that you're not drilling into any metal or any wires. Hopefully I won't. Because I don't have that kind of stud finder that can like deep scan, so here's hoping. I went through and I drilled a hole in each one, like a little pilot hole, and I also drilled one hole so far into my gear track channel. I'm going to try my best to line this up and get the first one up. Once you get the first one up, then you can level it and then you can do the rest. Tell I'm a pro. Next thing I'm going to do after I got my single screw in here is just level it out, and then I'm going to drill the rest of my pilot holes. Actually, I'm going to drill one pilot hole, get the screw in here. Oh no. I totally didn't hit the stud. What the heck? Like I was just a little bit off. I hate when that happens. Alright, I think I got the hard part done. Now I'm just going to go drill my pilot holes here. You want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I drilled my pilot holes. I hope I'm right. I think I am. But yeah, I lost a little confidence because I thought that I had him at one point, but anyway, I'll stop talking. Alright, now I'm going to do the same exact thing, but with this bottom layer. But I'm going to test it first, just to make sure I got the distance right here. It's kind of, I'd rather line up. if you don't have a second layer on here, this doesn't sit like that. So you want this sitting more level. So that's why I'm putting the second one in. Plus you can hang stuff off of it. But I finally got it. They're all in the studs. And now the last piece of the puzzle before I hang these things up is just to put these Gladiator end caps on. Hopefully this was helpful. Please remember to like and subscribe, and we'll get some more videos out there to you. Thanks. Bye.